Welcome to Real Talk with Tim. In this video, we're going to explore how to anxiety and stress in relationships. If you find this content helpful, please consider subscribing to Real Talk with Tim for more insightful discussions. Have you ever felt anxious in your relationship? You're not alone. Think about it. You're in a relationship, and it's going well for the most part, but every now and then, you feel a knot in your stomach. Your heart races, your palms sweat, and your mind is a whirlwind of what-ifs. This, dear friend, is anxiety, and it's more common in relationships than you might think. Understanding anxiety in relationships is the first step towards managing it. It's a natural response to uncertainty and perceived threats, emotional, physical, or otherwise. It's the mind's way of keeping us safe. But this protective mechanism goes into overdrive. It can lead to a lot of stress and strain, not just for you, but for your relationship as well. Now, it's important to remember that everyone feels anxious from time to time. It's part and parcel of being human. But when these feelings start to interfere with your daily life, when they start to cast a shadow over your relationship, that's when it becomes a problem. And that's what we're here to talk about today. We'll be delving into the prevalence of anxiety in relationships. We'll unpack why it happens, how it affects your relationships, and most importantly, how you can manage it. We'll be sharing some practical, easy-to-follow tips that can help you navigate through the rough waters of anxiety and stress in your relationship. So let's not let anxiety get the better of us. Let's not let it rob us of the joy and happiness that relationships can bring. Instead, let's understand it, acknowledge and learn how to manage it effectively. Remember, it's not about getting rid of anxiety completely. That's unrealistic and frankly, unnecessary. It's about learning to manage it in a way that allows you to live and love fully without being held back by fear and worry. Stay tuned for some easy-to-follow tips that can help you navigate through the rough waters of anxiety and stress in your relationships. The first step to managing anxiety is recognizing what triggers it. This statement might seem simple, but it's a profound first step towards tackling anxiety head-on. Triggers can be as diverse as the people they affect. Some common ones include conflicts with a partner, financial troubles, or perhaps it's a lack of communication that sends your heart racing. Every relationship is unique, and so are the triggers within them. It's crucial to identify these catalysts of anxiety, to understand the root of your stress. This self-awareness allows you to recognize patterns, anticipate reactions, and ultimately devise strategies to manage your anxiety. Remember, it's not about eliminating these triggers, but rather learning how to cope with them effectively. This is an ongoing process, one that requires patience and understanding. Don't be disheartened if it takes time. For every trigger you identify, you're one step closer to managing your anxiety. Once you've identified your triggers, you're halfway to managing your anxiety. Communication can feel like a challenge when you're anxious, but it's a vital part of managing anxiety in relationships. It's like the secret ingredient that keeps the relationship recipe balanced. Without it, misunderstandings could arise, leading to unnecessary stress and anxiety. Open, honest communication is the key. It's about being genuine with your feelings and thoughts, even if they make you vulnerable. It's about letting your partner know what you're going through, so they can understand and support you better. Effective communication is more than just talking. It's about using I statements to express your feelings without blaming your partner. It's about listening actively, not just hearing the words, but understanding the emotions behind them. And it's about being patient, giving your partner the time they need to express themselves without interruption. Remember, good communication is the foundation of any successful relationship. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Self-care is not just about bubble baths and spa days, it's about taking care of your mental health too. As we navigate the ebbs and flows of relationships, it's essential to prioritize self-care to manage anxiety effectively. This doesn't mean you have to book a weekend getaway or spend hours meditating. Instead, it's about incorporating small, manageable habits into your daily routine. One such habit is deep breathing. When you're feeling anxious, take a moment to focus on your breath. Inhale deeply, hold for a few seconds, and exhale slowly. This simple act can help to calm your mind and body. Mindfulness is another powerful tool. It's about being present in the moment, embracing the here and now without judgment. Whether you're washing dishes or taking a walk, try to focus on the task at hand, letting go of past regrets and future worries. Yoga, too, can be a great way to reduce anxiety. The combination of physical movement, deep breathing, and mindfulness can help to alleviate stress and promote relaxation. Make time for self-care, and remember, it's okay to take a break when you need it. Sometimes anxiety can feel overwhelming, and it's okay to seek help. There are moments when the weight of anxiety can feel like too much to bear alone, and in these times it's perfectly alright to seek out professional assistance. No one is expected to have all the answers, and sometimes the most profound strength lies in reaching out. Therapists and counselors are trained professionals who can provide you with strategies and tools to manage anxiety and stress effectively. They can guide you through the process of understanding your triggers and developing coping mechanisms that are tailored to your needs. But let's address the elephant in the room. There's often a stigma attached to seeking professional help, but it's important to remember that there's no shame in taking care of your mental health. Just as you would see a doctor for a physical illness, you should feel empowered to seek assistance for your emotional well-being. Remember, seeking help is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength. So, let's recap what we've discussed today. We started by understanding that anxiety in relationships is not uncommon. It's something many people experience. We then moved on to recognizing the triggers. By identifying what causes your anxiety, you can better manage your reactions. Next, we emphasized the importance of communication. Open, honest conversations with your partner can alleviate misunderstandings and reduce anxiety. We also explored self-care and relaxation techniques. Remember, taking care of your mental health is just as important as caring for your physical health. Lastly, we discussed seeking professional help. Sometimes the road to managing anxiety is not one you have to walk alone. Therapists and counselors are there to help guide you through it. Remember, it's okay to feel anxious, but with these tips, you can manage your anxiety and build stronger, healthier relationships. Thanks for watching.